Hello. This is a video for my Grateful Dead fans, which I've spoken to a lot via YouTube or a private message, and we're going to introduce to you how to solo on Ramble on Rose. Ramble on Rose to me is a great platform to learn the style of Jerry Garcia because the slow-moving song has a lot of cool tricks to it, and it's really awesome when you can nail it down. So let's get to it. To solo on Ramble on Rose, we got to know a couple things. And like any of my videos, we first want to study what the chord progression is. So we have get my volume down. We have a D chord, okay, and it crawls up to an E chord, and then we have an F sharp, and then a G and a D, D, G, and A. Raise my volume so a little louder. So we have that D chord here, okay, just a regular 5th fret bar chord shape up to an E, and then the 9th fret is a minor, F sharp minor, excuse me. Then we go back to that A chord shape on the G. This is your G, and then a D, and then a D again, and G and A. All right, so listen. You know, when I learned how easy it was to solo in the style of Jerry Garcia, my jaw dropped. I was like, really? Is that really just it? But then you realize that there are hundreds of thousands of guitar players who really understand what's happening. You know, everyone who's in a Grateful Dead cover band or different styles of jam bands or talented guitar players. And the thing is even though what he's doing, the concepts are easy, nobody's been able to replicate him because he has his own style. So when you're learning this stuff, find the joy in finding your own style with what the same guitar players doing. I equate it to the same thing as athletes. You know, any football, baseball, whatever, every athlete knows the rules, they train hard, they do the same, but some athletes are just star athletes and some athletes are just regular athletes, not taking away from them, but Jerry Garcia was a superstar athlete. Okay, so let's get to what he's doing. Here's how simple it is. D major chord, D major scale. That's it. Okay, up to an E major chord, E major scale. F sharp, minor chord, you guessed it, F sharp minor scale. And then a G and a D and a D and a G. There's a little fast chord change here. So before we get there, because we got to do something a little bit different here, but it still makes sense. So we have this D, E to F sharp. Okay, so if I have a D chord and play a D major scale, now I'm going to play it up in a place where it's very comfortable to play and you can solo with it. So D major scale, if we go on the 10th fret, we have a D major scale, which is 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 11, 12, 9, 11, 12, 10, 12, 9, 10. That's the form 1 major scale. So get comfortable with that because we're not like me. We're going to use that a couple spaces, okay? That shape, which is movable. We're going to use that shape. But we're not going to use it kind of like this. What we're going to do is you're going to put your ring finger on that 12th fret of the D, and your middle finger is going to go on the 11th fret of the G, and your first finger is going to kind of bar on that 10th fret. So you have this little mini D chord. And what we're going to do there, okay, that's a little mini D chord within the D major scale. You're going to lift that ring finger, and you have this little 11, 10, 10. And I use this little piece. You can use any part of the major scale, but I use this little 11, 10, 12, 10, 12. Okay, just right in there for now. And I'll use anything else, but really my orientation is kind of like right there. So that's the D major scale, okay? And then we're going to move it up 2 frets, and there's your E major scale. And I'm going to use the same thing. I'm going to use that little mini E chord shape and remove my ring finger, and I'm just going to start mentally on this note right here. So if you listen to the song, I'm going to have D chord. All I did was move the D major scale to the E major scale. At the same time, the D chord went to the E chord. Your root note, by the way, is up here on the D major scale, 10th fret of the E, and on the E is the 12th fret of E. So when we play D to the E, you can anything. You don't even have to hit that root note on the way up. You can hit any note. Okay. So then we go to an F sharp minor. Now the F sharp minor is very quick, and so what we're going to use here, we're going to use an F sharp minor scale, but because it moves so quickly, we can't. I don't even want to show you the whole scale. You don't have a lot of time. So here's your F sharp minor, F sharp, which is the 14th fret of E. And if you're familiar with the pentatonic boxes, we have a form 5 pentatonic, which is 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, 11. Okay, you have an F sharp there and an F sharp here. Okay, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, 11. Again, this is just like a basic intro of how to solo it, but I mean, you can do a lot of damage that I'm going to show you here. So we have that F sharp minor, little pentatonic right there. So we have D to the E, F sharp minor, and I just use the full scale, a little full ditty I showed you. And now the next part. The next part is a G, D, D, G, A. So something cool is happening here, so let's talk about that. We have a D, G, and A, and that is a 1, 4, and 5 in the key of A. So in the key of D. What am I listening? What are you even doing listening to me? It's in the key of D. All right. So you have a D and a 1, 4, 5 in D is D, G, A, and here we have G, D, D, G, A. So what we're going to do is if you listen to what Jerry Garcia does, and I want to explain this, if you have chords that are moving really quickly together, then in the key, you usually stick to the master key. So this G, D, D, G moves quickly. So we're going to use a D major scale for this, excuse me. And the easiest way to find a D major scale close to where we were is basically off the 12th fret of the D string. So with a middle finger, you want to do 12, 14, 11, 12, 14, 11, really? You want to do 12, 14, 11, 12, 14, 12, 14, 15, and 12, 14, 15. Take it till we run out of space, okay? If you need the chart below, if you want to look at this, I can have a chart below in the description. Okay, the chart can be in the description if you want it, of where those chords and scales are. Okay, where the scales are really. So we have there's D major scale. Now, right where I ended, that's my G note. 15th fret of the E string is your G, and my D is on the 15th fret of the B. And what you can do is for this G, D, D, G, you can bring it, you can bring your D major scale into the mix, and you can hit those chord tones. G, D, G, D. Any which way. You have G, D, G, D. I usually stick to this G and this D here. So you have, so here we go. We have the D major scale to the E, F sharp minor to the G, to the D, G. Oh, okay, yeah, and that's where it stops. Okay, so D, G, sorry, G, D, G, G, D, G, and then it goes to the A. Now, again, I know that went fast, but you can rewind, okay? When we get to the A, it is in the key of D. It's a 1, 4, 5 D, G, A, but we sit on the A for a little bit longer. So I'm going to bring in an A major scale, which is what Jerry does. I'm not doing it. So we have that D, G, G, D, A. And there's my A chord music. I just didn't flip you off, okay? But there's my A chord right there. And what you want to do is you want to use that same shape we did for the E and the D, and get that E chord, that A chord like this, and then use your middle finger as like so slide into. Your root note is there. So here we go. So this is what it sounds like with no backing track. It's the D to the E, F sharp minor, G, D, G, A, D, E, F sharp, G, D, G, and A. Okay, so let's see, we have D major scale, E major scale, F sharp minor scale, D major scale, which is covering the G and the D and the G, because they're only key of D, down to the A major scale for the A. Here's what it sounds like with a backing track. Okay. Here we go. D. takes a solo, I think, for 2 or 3 times around, and that's his mentality. What chord am I going to use? What scale am I going to use on top of the chord? Now, there are many options in all different songs. There's all different options of what kind of scales go on top of what type of chords. But this is Americana. Okay, this is Americana jam rock, and the equation is quite simple. When Jerry Garcia is playing a major chord, he plays a major scale. And when Jerry Garcia is playing a minor chord, he plays a minor scale. Yes, he has a lot of chromatic movements and stuff that we haven't discussed yet, but this is really, if you want to play Ramble and Rose of the Band, this is how it's done. So really hope you enjoyed that. I really do. Ask the questions, and yeah, I think we did it. Simple, effective. Yay, Jerry. Bye.